Hello, YouTube people. I have a couple things that I want to just bring up. With the current state of the world, there is no more certainty. There is no guarantee for anything. There wasn't any before, but now it's even worse. Let me start off with this whole corona pandemic. Whether or not this is an accidental or man-made catastrophe, whether to some degree it is being falsified or numbers being made up, or if the elites, the world elites, what I mean by world elites are the people who control everything, all the resources, the money, everything, are using this as an umbrella to bring about their version of the New World Order, where they have the regular people, the general population under their control, with finances, with food, with water, with jobs, with security, with false beliefs, taking over every aspect and facet of our life. Because government's job is to do for people for what people can't do for themselves. So there is this pandemic, there is this virus, there is this national emergency, which they put a lockdown to curb or stop the spread of the virus. And I've been following what they're talking about in the Senate about just paying people not to go back to work. Well, you can't have both ways. You can't say there's a pandemic, a lockdown, and then say you're not going to pay us. Well, which is it? Either you're going to pay us to stay locked down so we can still hopefully do the right thing with the money, pay our bills, pay our rent, buy food for ourselves and our children, keep the lights on, or there is nothing to worry about and we can go back to work. Because I would go back to work right now and work like I was working and make more money than with collecting all this crap, and I'll be doing just fine. But I'm trying to follow the rules. And now they're proposing to take away that 600 and give us less. There are people out there who aren't collecting anything from unemployment. They're depending on this money. Hopefully they're using it for the right thing instead of wasting it. Now they're only going to get less. And then they're talking about changing from standard number, just give you 70% of your wages, previous wages before the pandemic. There are people who didn't earn anything or anything at all enough to get 70%. So they're going to be left with nothing while this whole lockdown's going on, which is going to make people, it's going to create civil unrest, tension, racial tension, all kinds of tension. I've already seen it. You hear about it in the news. The country, if not the world, is ripping itself apart, not to mention with other natural disasters. There's a lot of bad things going on in the world right now, which nobody seems to be addressing, and the elites at the top, what they're doing is they're creating all these distractions for the rest of the people to be distracted with, basically, so they're not focused on the goal. If you're a human, your goal is survival, to ensure survival of our kind, to your children, your elderly. These are basic principles that we're taught as children, hopefully, to do. And a lot of people seem to be forgetting about that. They're quickly distracted with the money coming in, distracted they don't have to go to work. This is a time to really sit down and think about what's important. What do you value most? Hopefully it's the right things, because in the end, because there will be an end, the bad things won't get you anything but more bad things. And the good things, hopefully, just bring about more good. It takes more energy to think positive than negative. A negative thought is so much easier, but a positive thought, they say, is about 7-10 times stronger than a negative thought. Now, the elites at the top, I don't know them. I haven't met any of them. But from what I've seen and what I've read, they don't seem to care about the regular people at all. I have to question their humanity. Do they still have any of their humanity left? Are they even human? I'm not going to get into all kinds of conspiracies about what is, what isn't, what could be, whatever. But if you just really stop and think about what's going on, listen to the words some of these people say, you know they don't give a shit. And it's not about black, it's not about white, it's not about brown. You could get a purple person from space come down here and tell us the same thing they're saying, and it won't matter. Skin color won't matter. It's the ideology. It's about knowing what's right, what's wrong, being aware, having common sense, paying attention, and giving a shit about certain things. My point being is that I could see bad things coming for everybody, because nobody's doing anything nobody's appreciative of what they have of what they still have, what they have right now, because that's going to be gone. A poor person is really someone who's going to have no water to drink, no candle to have fire, not be able to feed their kids. That's a poor person. So I end this by saying, do not be afraid. Remember, as long as I'm alive, you can stay tuned, because I'm going to stay positive.